What's up, everybody? It's been a minute. It's been a few minutes, actually. But I'm back. It's time for a timeout. A lot has gone on in the sports world, but I'm going to do these in my preferred respective order. First and foremost, shout out to South Carolina. Two-time national champs, Dawn Staley has definitely left her mark on this program for sure. She's from Philly. Philly is known for their grimy, hard-nosed defensive mentalities, not backing down from a challenge, and she definitely has these girls playing that way, these women playing that way. The way they got after their competition in the SEC and even the national tournament was very impressive. I don't care if you're looking at men's or women's basketball. From one coach to another, from someone who just genuinely loves basketball at any level, youth basketball, high school basketball, collegiate basketball, pro basketball. Shout out to Coach Staley in the 2024 South Carolina Gamecocks for putting up a very impressive performance against some really good talent and earning their second national championship under Coach Staley. And while we're talking about South Carolina, let's give a shout out to this young lady, Camila Cardozo, starting center for the South Carolina Gamecocks, a huge part of how they won the national championship. She was a monster on the board all game. She was a monster on the board the whole national championship tournament, but especially against Iowa in the national championship game. The Chicago Sky drafted her and also drafted another familiar face, Angel Reese from LSU. Whoever's in charge of the draft board, they get an A. They definitely earned their money this year. They picked up 2 front court players that are going to come in and have an immediate impact. They also drafted a couple of guards. Chicago is definitely trying to turn things around, and they're on the right track by drafting these 2 young ladies in this year's WNBA draft. And we're definitely not talking WNBA draft without talking about this lady, Caitlyn Clark, one of the most decorated NCAA women's college basketball players of all time, the D1 all-time leading scorer. She averaged a double-double with double-digit assists and points throughout the whole season, her senior year. She took her team to 2 national championships. Unfortunately, she didn't win one. She might go down in history as one of the greatest college basketball players of all time to never win a national championship, but she definitely got what was hers and what she deserved by being the number 1 overall pick by the Indiana Fire. Jersey sales have been through the roof. I heard that some of the online websites are so back-ordered on jerseys that they're not going to get them out until almost the end of the regular season. That just tells you how popular she was. I've also heard that Nike is already in the works with her on a signature shoe. Whatever she gets, she deserves. This young lady has an amazing work ethic. She's an amazing teammate, and I've heard nothing bad about her as a player, aside from, the push-offs and the trash talk, but that's basketball. I'm never going to crucify a player for just playing with passion and intensity, and everybody knows good players play by a different set of rules, so I'm not going to knock Caitlyn for what she did. What I will say is the Fever got a great player to build around. Ticket sales are up, jersey sales are up. I heard that they've sold more tickets this offseason than they sold in the last 2 years prior to the season starting. So congratulations, Caitlyn, and you had a wonderful career. Go and do something amazing in the WNBA. Now, let's switch side to the men's basketball. UConn. Coach Hurley got these boys going. If you're a fan of college basketball, you got to be a fan of the UConn men's basketball team right now. They're selfless. They move the ball. They attack the boards. They get deep into the shot clock, and then they get high percentage shots. They protect the rim. They play team defense. Every aspect of basketball that you need to play, to be successful, to be competitive, to win, these guys do it. And unless Coach Hurley makes a jump for the NBA, I don't see it changing anytime soon. I think the UConn men's basketball team is going to be the team to beat for the next few years, regardless of how good your recruiting class is at another P5. I think what UConn has done really well is it's a mix of young guys, it's a mix of transfer guys, and it's a mix of guys that have been in the program that have just came up through the program and waited their turn to be the guy. And they buy into the system. Coach has these guys firing on all cylinders, so I personally don't know if anything's going to change in the next few years unless Coach leaves. Congratulations, UConn, on another national championship. And while we're talking college basketball, let's talk about one of my favorite all-time coaches leaving one of my favorite all-time schools. John Calipari had an amazing career at Kentucky. The number of players that he's put into the NBA is, I've lost count, but it's a lot. The amount of people that he's helped change their families, change generations of their families by being members of his program and then helping them get to the next level speaks volumes about Coach. I get it. A lot of talent, not a lot of productivity, a lot of chatter. It was just time for a change of scenery. I'm happy that he found himself at another really good school where recruiting is going to be pretty easy, which it needs to be, because as of right now, this is what his returning staff looks like. And I didn't mean staff, but I meant his roster. But at the time of this video, this is his current roster. Arkansas scholarship players coming into 2024, 0. Now it's Coach Cal we're talking about. People understand what he's going to do for the NIL at Arkansas. People also understand that big name high school kids want to play for him. I also think that as active as the transfer portal is, it wouldn't hurt if he jumps in there and grabs a couple of these guys that are already in P5 programs that are looking for somewhere else to play. But regardless, I think we all know Coach Cal's going to be okay. He's going to land on his feet and he's going to get some talent over there at Arkansas sooner than later. So even though he's no longer coaching my Wildcats, I really wish that he has a great season. I hope for the best, just not against Kentucky. And last, but definitely not least, proud to announce that my Utah Legacy program will be playing on the Puma Circuit this year. I will be rolling out kind of a docu-series of short videos, kind of introducing people who have not been part of travel basketball to what it feels like to travel around the country playing some of these really competitive games with a really good group of talent. So head over to my YouTube channel, Coach Landen. There will be a link in the bio if you want to come and check out some of the videos. First one will be out soon, and every time we travel, I'll take little clips, go back to the hotel, talk about the games, and just kind of help you guys get a firsthand experience at what it feels like to travel around the country and play some high-level basketball with some really good kids. Well, that's it for the comeback. I know before I said that I was going to get more consistent with the content, and I didn't. I will. I promise I will. I really appreciate you guys hanging out, taking the time to watch this video. Stay tuned. I'll keep more content coming, and I appreciate all the support. You guys take care. Till I see you again. Peace.